Thank you guys so much for being here. Obviously, we're super excited to once again embark on another hockey season. As you guys remember, we're the first team in FPHL history to win back-to-back Commissioner's Cup titles. Finished last season with a record of 49-7-6, and in the postseason went 7-1, sweeping the Carolina Thunderbirds in the Commissioner's Cup final for a second straight year. At this time, we're going to open it up with head coach Brant Sherwood first, and then Captain Tyson Kirkby is going to speak second, and we'll field questions from the media one at a time for each person. So, Coach Sherwood.
Thanks, Brooksy. Thanks for coming out today. Appreciate you guys' support, and yeah, shoot away.
How are you feeling about this season?
Feeling pretty confident going into this season. We've had a grueling training camp where we're really working on the conditioning to make sure we're ready for Friday night. But personally, I think we got better up front, on the back end, and then just keeping CMAC in that is absolutely huge. So we're looking for a very similar season. I don't know if it'll be as perfect as last year, but that's what we're striving for.
Coach, you bring back a lot of returners, but you also bring in some guys from the SP, a couple of younger guys in the college, coming out of college. Just talk about that recruiting process and bringing in some of those fresh faces.
Well, now we're at a point where we're starting to get recognized, and it's the calls are coming my way. These players are starting to fall in my lap, especially the guys from the SPHL. They want to come down here, they want to get treated the right way, and they want to play for a championship each year. So it's become a lot easier in that sense of convincing guys to come down a level. But as far as recruiting from the college guys, that's kind of stayed the same since I got here. I look for guys that are great on the ice, but also off the ice as well. Typically looking for leaders, guys that have wore letters in the past, whether it's juniors or college.
Coach, in training camp, what can you do? You already mentioned that maybe you can't get any more perfect than the last two seasons. So what can you do in training camp to get ready for this upcoming season, to start it off on a good, positive foot?
We just wanted to make sure our conditioning was on point, so that was a big emphasis to start the first 3 to 4 days, and then we got into our systems where we've done it different in the past, where we kind of jam a bunch of information down the guys' throats. But now we're at the point where we have a lot of returners. These guys know the system, so we touched on that later in the week, and we just got our reps in and got our conditioning in and make sure everyone was getting touches.
And you guys have been at the top of the mountain the last 2 years now, going in back-to-back champions. That puts a pretty big target on your guys' back for the rest of the league. Does that change anything going into this season? What's it like not being on the chase, but rather trying to retain that status at the top?
I think our guys embrace it very well. We know we're going to get everyone's championship game, and that's going to be their hoorah, and you're going to hear a lot of noise if we lose a game from the other locker room, and that doesn't sit well with us. We always respond the right way. We didn't lose back-to-back last year, and we kind of plan on doing the same thing. But as far as how we operate, we just take it day by day, and it's a championship mentality every single day. We're trying to get better on a Monday, Tuesday, and just never looking ahead and thinking, oh, we got this in the bag. It's not our MO, and I think our leadership group wouldn't even let that happen. Everyone's holding each other accountable, even early in the week compared to the weekend.
Coach, last year Tyson got a little ECHL time. Wyatt Freelander, who you brought in, is up in a camp right now. Same with Dan Weber. Talk a little bit about the mindset and the culture of getting guys those chances up in ECHL.
We have a motto in our locker room. It's move up or win a cup. And I truly believe in that. I think those two things correlate with one another. Individually, you should be trying to get better, wanting to move up. And, if you're a guy that wants to stay here and, kind of find your second home away from home, this is a spot to win a championship. So if our guys are working towards, making it to the next level or working towards winning a championship, it's a great recipe for me. But we want to promote our guys, especially our younger ones, but our older guys, they're kind of staples here and in the community. So if we can keep them here, keep them happy, guy like Tyson Kirkby, he can easily go play in the East Coast, but he chooses to stay here because, this has become a second family.
To talk a little, sorry, yeah, go right ahead.
A lot of the interviews that I've seen from other coaches, other GMs around the league, they've all had the same theme. They've all said, key to our success, the other teams, is beat Binghamton. That's across the board. Knowing that everyone's gunning for you, what kind of impact does that have, not just preparing for games, but just heading into a practice session?
We just know we're going to get everyone's best game, but we're going to deliver our best game as well. And it's something, in the back of our minds, it's like just another challenge. Like, yeah, we don't take games off, we don't take practices off. It's not who we are, it's not in our DNA. So we need to be ready to go every single game, whether it's Carolina or if it's Watertown. It doesn't matter who it is. We have to respect our opponents and we have to put forth our best effort. And they know I don't accept average or mediocre play, so I get calls every single day. Guys want to come here, but these guys, they know that as well, so they don't want to lose their job. They know this is a special place to play, so they do everything to keep their jobs here.
To talk a little bit about the goaltending, like Bob said, why it's at an ECHL camp. You have Jameson Bork, who you signed out PTO. You have Eggy and CMAC obviously returning. Talk a little bit about the goaltending battle and what you've seen so far in camp.
There's a clear, front runner, and that's Connor McAnonima. We're still trying to sift through our backup situation. I don't know what's going to happen quite yet, but it's a healthy competition. But there's also that trickle-down effect that comes from the leagues above. So these guys need to be competing and battling every day. It's tough to make our lineup, and hopefully we can see more out of the other three in practice.
Can I follow up on that? Yeah. Oh. Just a follow-up one. Could we expect a 3-goalie rotation this fall?
I don't think it would be an even rotation. I think this is C-Mac's net, and I'm super confident in his abilities to kind of do what he's been doing the past couple of years. Now, I think that could happen as far as kind of a committee type of deal. If C-Mac was to go up, and I could easily see that happening. I think he deserves an opportunity at the next level, so hopefully he gets that taste this upcoming year. But if not, we're pretty stable in the crease.
And you touched on it a bit earlier, but when it comes to new guys and returners, obviously, what's that, vibe and chemistry like, whether it be on the ice or in the locker room?
I think the new guys just want to, showcase themselves and kind of illustrate how they play to the returners and say, hey, I want to be a part of this championship culture. So they're trying to prove themselves, and then our returners, they're just trying to show them a way, show them how to be a pro every single day. Are you showing up early to the rink? Are you getting your workouts in? Are you making the right little plays on the ice? Constantly competing against each other. We don't want guys to be timid, going soft against our returners. There needs to be that, that grit, that healthy competition. So these guys are always gunning for their jobs, they're protecting their jobs. It's just, our practices might be, better than some games when we're playing other teams. And I love it. It keeps the pace going all week, and I think that kind of separates us from different organizations.
What are you looking for from your team going into Friday night banner raising ceremony night?
I'm looking for us to skate like the wind. I think we're going to be able to drive wide on them and keep the possession of the puck and get it back very quickly. We want to take away time and space from them, but we want to get up the ice fast and head north as quick as possible. If we can get them on the transition a couple times where they might not be in as good of shape as us, we hope to catch them on those 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s. But on the flip side of that, we need to be back checking. We need to make sure we're having a good count and no guys are getting behind us, because I think we saw it a couple times last year when we give up 2-on-1s, it becomes a little dangerous.
Watertown has a lot of new faces this year. They lost a lot of offensive clout from last year. I know it's really hard during camp to kind of gauge how your opponent looks, but what do you think they're going to be bringing when they get in here on Friday night?
I think Watertown, and just like every other team, they're going to try to bully us. They're going to try to be physical, and we always have a plan for that. I think that's what teams think they need to do against us, but we can play the skill game, we can play the physical game, we can play whatever game you want to play. But our focus it's on us. Like, honestly, I haven't really looked too much at other teams' rosters. I dive into ours and just see how we can get better against each other each and every day. And the focus has always been on us, and it's kind of tough at the beginning of the year. You think teams are going to run similar systems to what they did last year, but they might change things up. So I think the first few weeks is just like, it's all about us and how we want to dictate the play and kind of go from there. And then hopefully I can give these guys better scouting reports when we match up against them for, a couple times after.
But you do have Benchik and Oots over on Watertown. Is there a part of you that also wants to see them kind of perform well as well, just because they're guys you brought into this league?
I say that now, but like when the puck drops, maybe not so much. But no, I'm always rooting for guys that come through Binghamton, especially guys that leave on a good note, like Darian, like Utes. Am I missing someone else from Watertown? I think that's
I think it's just those two.
just those two, but yeah.
I mean, Coachman.
I have a Coachman too. I have a soft spot for him as well. Like he's doing a great job for the cards he's dealt, and I wish him the best, but I don't want him to win.
And then taking a look at some of the great programs throughout history, whether it's the 2010 era Chicago Blackhawks, the Pens in the 2010s, and even Alabama in football, kind of all have the same motto as you of no plays off, every play must be to perfection. How does that really kind of push the team to clean up all those mistakes and make sure you don't get in those bad spots later down the stretch in games?
It's just repetition, habits, and practice. Make sure we're playing the right way then, and hopefully it transfers over to games. But there's a quote I've been going with. I like that you mentioned Alabama. I've been using a Nick Saban quote, complacency turns champions into ex-champions. And I think that resonates in our room quite a bit. Like, these guys are hungry. They're on another mission. You really want to embrace the journey and you really want to enjoy it. And I think our team has a tough time doing that. We really focus. I know the guys had fun after the championship. We won. I think they enjoyed it for about a week or two, and then they're thinking about next year. After we win a game in the regular season, whatever. We're done with it after a half hour and we're focusing on the next game. So yeah, I just think it's staying mindful and just keeping the day-to-day operation.
Cool. Thank you. Tyson, congratulations on the summer for you. I know it was a good summer and you had a special thing happen, so congratulations. Was that a nice break for you to get ready for this upcoming season? Because you're going into your 5th season here in Binghamton. You've won 2 championships, and as Coach talked about, being hungry. So how do you stay hungry going into this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think I had a great summer. Obviously, I got married. Really good time for me and my life and my family, and it was nice to kind of get away from the game for a little bit this summer, but definitely as the summer winded down, really ready to get back here and get going and chase the three-peat. I mean, boys are ready to go. I'm ready to go, so it's going to be a good season.
Last year, 49 wins out of 56, fantastic, incredible benchmark. Obviously, it's tough to perform at that level consistently, but I know you guys are constantly motivating each other in the locker room. Can you talk a little bit about the culture inside the locker room as you guys prepare for a practice or for a game?
Yeah, I think like Coach said, it was kind of a perfect season last year, but as the season went on, we talked about 50 wins, and we fell one short, and I think setting those goals for ourselves. Obviously, it's going to make us work hard every day, working on getting better every day. So I think the guys are shooting for 50 this year. I know we talked last year, like for me personally, I want to get 100 points, a little short of that as well. And I know some new guys we brought in want to get to that mark as well. So we're gonna be pushing each other every day to get better, and that's how it's gonna be the rest of the way. And I think that's gonna lead to success this season.
I guess I'll go next. Tyson, as a captain on this team, a couple of newcomers coming in, a couple of vets from the SP also coming into this organization. Give us a run through of what to expect out of some of the new guys this year as you've gone through camp.
Yeah, we brought in, like you said, some veterans from the SP, and they've fit in well. They've been at the next level. They've been leaders on their team, so for them, it's pretty easy to come into what we have going on here with the culture we've created. For the new guys, I just try to tell them, like, be a sponge while you can. Like, early in camp, just like follow what the leaders are doing, what the vets are doing, and then ask your questions. Like, for myself, you know, any of the returning guys, like, we want to help them. We want to help them be a part of this journey, help them get better, grow their game, get called up, things like that. So, yeah, we're here as older guys to help those young guys out as well.
And with the success, obviously, you guys have had over the past 2 seasons and last year being that monumental success, what might be some similarities and differences of this team compared to maybe the last 2 seasons?
I think the team has gotten better every year that we've been here. 2 years ago, we thought we were going to win, and teams thought like we weren't that team, and then we did it. And then last year, we were kind of that top dog coming into the season, and we still didn't get the respect that we deserved. And that put a chip on our shoulder, and we did it again. And now, like we've been saying, like, teams are coming for us. Let them come. Like, we know we're the top dogs. We got better this year than we were in the past seasons. Like, we're ready for the challenge, and we want to get this three-peat done.
What was it like having a second year in a row? Monday night, you guys received your rings. I've said many times, banners are for fans, rings are for the players. What was it like to be able to do that a second year in a row and leading up to a banner raising ceremony that you guys get to do for the fans?
Yeah, it's a great tradition that I hope we can keep going. The rings turned out amazing this year. Like, the job that they did designing them. For myself, I was off social media. I didn't want to see what it looked like, so it was a surprise for me last night. Looked really good. As far as Friday, like, we've had a great training camp, hardest training camp since I've been here. And the biggest thing is we just want to get that win for the fans, banner raising night. Like, the boys are hungry for it. Last year was a serious disappointment for us, losing that game. So for the fans, like, we want to get it done this year.
And then, like you mentioned, you were trying to hit that 100-point mark last year, and with new guys coming in trying to open that up too, a lot of offensive power on this team. How does that then open up the ice and open those opportunities for different guys to step in and get their points?
Yeah, I think we're the deepest team in single-A hockey for sure. I mean, I stack up our forward group against any group in this league, in the SPHL. Like, it doesn't matter, and we brought in some dynamic players, and really we can kind of do whatever we want with that. But I think it's just when you bring in a group like this, like, everyone's gonna get their points, and it's just doing it the right way, not cheating the game, because, you know, we don't have guys that need to cheat the game to create offense. So playing sound defensively is going to lead to a lot of offense.
Do I smell a champion versus champion single-A championship game? Tyson, would you do it?
I mean, we were joked about it last year, like we wanted to play Evansville.
Yeah.
It will never happen for obvious reasons, but yeah, I mean, we get it done again, like, let's do it. Why not?
Sorry, Coach. I had to ask.
I love it. I want it.
Good.
All right, before everybody, thank you, Tyson. Before everybody stops recording, just so you have the details for Friday night. Game obviously starts at 7 o'clock. We'll be taking on the Watertown Wolves for the second straight year on banner raising night. Banner raising brought to you by our good friend Eddie Bello with Illuminations lighting. Going to be blown away this year, a lot better than last year. Also, We're going to have LED light up wristbands for the fans in attendance for a pregame light show when the banner goes on. And also, courtesy of our friends at Visions, the first 2,000 fans are going to be receiving complimentary rally towels to celebrate the back-to-back championships. Just wanted to make sure that was in there for everybody, so you have a little bit to talk about at the end of the report. That's all I got. Thank you guys for coming.